What's up, guys, and welcome to a new project. Hey guys, so if you are a long time subscriber to the channel, then you will have seen this project sitting on a trailer a few months back. So what it basically is a Ford GPW, that's a Jeep basically. I think it's a 1940s, 44, it's wartime anyway. And we're continuing some of the restoration work on it. It's actually been done for a friend. Now, a little bit of background about this, or this project. It was originally started by my buddy Andy's father a few years ago. He was building it for Andy's cousin. Unfortunately, he was unable to continue with the project because of ill health. So Andy and I decided, well, let's finish it off for him. And so we brought it all here. At the moment we've got frame, body, panels, wiring harness, axles. So over the next couple of weeks, the plan is to build it basically. Now obviously we've got bits laying around all over the place here. Original wartime wheels and everything over there. And yeah, so this one is going to be a long project. Obviously the Transit turned into a long project as well, but this one here we are doing bits in between other projects. So right now, today, I've been working on the Transit this morning, and I'm also doing little bits and pieces on this. So you got this one will have to sort of bear with us because it needs to be finished by August of this year, 2023. It's now April, so it's going to be spread over a few months. So I'm not entirely sure the schedule for videos coming out on this one. Yeah, obviously it's not going to be numbers matching or anything like that. And but basically that's it. Just a quick introduction to this project. Now I'm going to get on working on the front fender. That's what I'm off to do next. So yeah, let's get on with it. Wow, yeah, this one isn't faring quite so good there. It started cutting through the paint and it is just all Bondo. So I'm just going to take it back to bare metal and then just see exactly what we've got. In this, I've actually put it over for a mask because yeah, I don't want to be sucking in all of this. I mean, literally it's must be easily 1/4 of an inch thick in places, so yeah. Okay, so a little bit of archaeology here. This fender has had such an interesting repair, and it's one of the prime examples of I don't know why they did it. So what they have done is welded in a plate which basically double skinned this. Then they used that plate, and basically that's the thickness of the filler that they put in over this plate to fill this whole thing in. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, if you go into that extent, why not just cut the bad metal out like I've just done there and just weld the plate in there? I mean, they've obviously went to the trouble of actually welding it on the underside and welding it solid. So I don't know. I'm at a loss. But yeah, they got a nice fold in it there, and it goes back here, and it's welded up there somewhere. So they basically welded in a very nice plate, but they didn't cut any of the bad out. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, obviously I get it on the top. There's a lot of dents up there, so just filling it full of just Bondo and bodge and what have you, it's an easy way to fix it. But down here, down here I don't get it. I mean, all I had to do was weld that plate in there, and then just fill over the top of it. It would have been a lot less work, but who knows? Who knows? I've come across this so many times where the actual bodge to get something done has been more work than to have actually done it properly. But anyway, whatever. Well, now that it's stopped raining again, I can get back to doing some work on this. What I've done is I've taken out, well, I've sanded out all of the Bondo, the filler. Now I don't know how well this shows up on camera, but she does have quite a few dents along there. So what I'm going to do is turn her over and just tap as many of them out as I possibly can. That way I'm using a lot less filler on the top of this. Down here is, yeah, it's a kind of ugly down here. Basically what they seem to have done is brazed, welded and just glued it together with filler. But what I'm probably going to do is just cut this entire section out, and I mean it's just basically a flat piece of plate, so yeah, if I just cut it out then I can just weld in a complete new section. But otherwise, this edge down here, again, I mean that was literally just Bondo filler, so I'll just cut a strip out of there and just weld in a new piece. Up here I can probably just grind this all back and just fill it with weld, hopefully. But then again, along this edge there's a few dents along there, but should be able to do something with that. Just get in behind so I can tap some of them out, and the ones I can't, they will be the ones that I fill. But I want to get this as straight as I can with the hammer and dolly before I actually get into putting filler back onto it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can see that on there, but all that slurry there, that is literally what's just come off this. It weighs less as well now. Yeah, damn, the whole thing must have weighed, I don't know, 10 pounds or more, easily. And now it weighs about 5. Anyway, let's get on with it. Oh, we're getting a bit closer with the fender here. Got all of this just now in sheet metal and just nicely strengthened up. I've got one more piece to put in there. Got this all just straightened out a little bit better. Yeah, she's coming on all right there. But I'm going to do this next, and then I've got that bit there to do. I want to try and trim this seam off, this actual, it's like a double layer. I want to try and trim this second layer off and then take it from there. And then it's just a case of giving her a quick sanding down with some 60 grit, and yeah, we'll get some little bit of very thin skimming of Bondo, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Good morning, guys. Well, a little bit of change of pace here at the moment. I'm currently waiting on the transit, some parts coming through to finish the door electrics off. So I'm working on this at the moment. This is a new project that's just come up. Well, so far so good. I've got a plate in there, and I'm just filling some of these areas with metal. I've got that ledge there to build up, and obviously these little areas here to build up, and yeah, get that ground as close to profile as possible, and then it'll be a very thin skimming of body filler just to get the final profile. Well, I just started to give it a coat of Bondo there, and of course it started to rain. God, I am so tired of this bloody weather this year. You know, they kept saying that this past month has been the hottest, I wish. It had been the wettest in recorded history, and yeah, I genuinely believe it. But yeah, I'll leave that to go off, and I'll hit it with a sander. But let me get this stuff moved inside for the moment. Obviously I've moved inside, but yeah, she isn't perfect. I mean, what I need to do is I actually need to get the wing outside and get the whole lot sanded down and repainted. But Obviously it's raining now, so I don't want to do that, so what I've done is I've just given it a quick coating of red primer, although it kind of looks pink on the camera phone here, but anyway, I've just given that a temporary coat just to stop any rust getting back into it. So yeah, I'll leave that till tomorrow. It's supposed to be drier, and then I'll get back to it, get it all sanded down. Wow, it's interesting. Sirens in the background and helicopter circling. Well, very interesting, I guess. Anyway, we are back to working on this fender. Did a bit on it yesterday. Got a lot of it welded in. Got all it where are we at? Got all this side finished. Got this side all welded up. Just put a little bit of filler on there. So let's get back outside and let's get this finished. There we have it. Sanded it down some more. We've got a guide coat on there, and just blocked that back. Found the low spots and just put a little bit more filler in those, and we'll sand that back again. I'll hit it with one more guide coat and see what it looks like then. Because this is a wartime military themed vehicle, we're not after a 100% smooth finish. We do want it to have, just a few little dings here and there, just to, give it the impression that it has been and seen a little bit of action. Well, we are almost finished now. I'm just hitting up any little tiny nicks and obvious defects. This top side is pretty much done. Got along that edge to do, and down that edge, but I want to get these flat surfaces finished first. So okay, so we've got it all cleaned off there, ready to get some sealer on. I've just wiped it down there. I'm just waiting of the panel wipe cleaning down. I'm just waiting for the panel wipe to flash off. So yeah, let's get some primer mixed, and by then this should be ready to shoot. Well, we have the first coat on. See a couple of little imperfections I need to address, but yeah, overall, yeah, not bad. Quite happy with it. Well, a couple of little areas there that needed to be retouched, but yeah, just put a little bit of filler in just to smooth them out. Now sitting here in the nice sunshine, just waiting for drying. So yeah, well, there we go. That's it finished and ready to go on. Well, just a little bit of an update here on the Jeep. So there has been a little bit of work going on around back here. Just yeah, just getting some of the panel and everything sorted out. Still some body work to do on it, but it's a little bit of welding and a few other bits and pieces, but yeah, it's just coming along nicely there. Got the two fenders down there and the grille, and one of the seats there is finished. This one here is still a work in progress, and of course some of the dashboard and everything has been done. There we go. Yeah, but yeah, it's going along okay. We haven't done much on this recently, mainly because we're working on the workshop, so not sure when this video will go out, but to put it into some context, it's part of it is while I've been doing the transit, part of it is while we're doing the workshop. I'll be back on the transit, then I'll be back onto this. So yeah, as I said in a previous, I don't know whether it's going to be a separate video or part of this video, but as I said previously, this is in between other projects. So yeah, it does have to be ready for August this year. So we are now on the cusp of May. So yeah, it's May bank holiday on Monday, and yeah, so that's where we are right at this moment. Now, just to put this into a little bit of context, time-wise, the transit is still sitting there. I'm in the middle of building the beds for the transit right now, so I'm doing the actual camper van bit, and this is something that I just need to get on with. Especially, I need to clean this frame off. It does want a fresh coat of paint. Same with the bottom of the tub there. They're both getting freshly coated today. And the reason I'm decided to do this today is I'm painting some bits on the van as well. So when I've got all the equipment out, spray gun, etc., I'm going to do the whole lot together. So what's going to happen is we'll get this underside of the frame painted, get the underside of the tub cleaned up and painted. Axles, they have got the wrong colour green on them, so we are actually going to sand those back down, or blast them maybe, and they're going to get repainted in the correct military colours. Same with the back axle over there. Then what we'll do is flip the frame over, put the springs and everything on it, sit it on the ground, and then I'll be able to spray the top end of the frame, get that finished, and then move on to bolting on some of the mechanical components such as steering linkage, obvious axles, springs, shocks, shock mounts, all of that. May put the engine and transmission in before the tub goes on, I'm not sure. But once the frame is complete, then there's a little bit of bodywork to do on the tub. Not a lot, just a few bits here and there. Windshield over there, that does need some work. And fenders, I think you may have actually already seen a video on the front fenders. I'm not sure whether I've put that out yet or not. I don't know, I can't remember. They are in here somewhere, but where are they gone? They must have been moved somewhere else. They must have been moved somewhere else. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh, there they are, over there behind the front grille. There's one of them anyway. I've already done the front fenders, so they're basically finished, ready just to be painted to go on. So today is basically just prepping this surface, getting the first few coats on it, same with the tub there, and may get some paint on the front fenders. I don't know yet, but just have to see how the day plays out. Well, there we go, there's the first coat of paint on. Now obviously along the bottom of the tub there you can see there's a few areas that I've missed, but I'll get that when I flip it over. But yeah, the frame's coming along nicely there. Obviously there's a few spots here I need to hit again, but like I said, it's just the first pass. Yeah, coming along nicely. Now, don't know how well this will show up on camera, but this is a slightly different green to what you would normally find on American varieties of this vehicle. So as you may notice, I'm not sure how well this will show up on camera, but this is a slightly different green to what's normally seen on US military vehicles of this period. However, this is actually being done in British military spec, which was quite common. British military did have a lot of these Jeeps built by Ford in the UK. So that is the colour scheme we're going with. It's also going to have a British livery, badging, etc. So, but yeah, it's coming along nicely. Well, there we go. is looking pretty darn good. Now then, this will be left overnight to dry, because although it's just about touch dry now, if you grip it with your hands, you're going to put marks in it. So we'll leave this overnight, and we'll flip the frame over. We'll flip the tub over as well, so that it's like that way, and then I can get all the rest of those little nooks and crannies done. I'll also get the top side of this frame done. May end up rolling the axles outside to do them. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, I've still got to break the springs off the back ones there, but I think everything's just quite loose. So well, there we go. That's all the rims. Primary coat's done. Obviously that's inside, so there's no point redoing that. That's got a nice finish to it. But axles painted, and inner fenders done. I'll concentrate on the outside when we actually get these onto the tub. And here, there's the frame all nicely finished. That needs to sit for a day or two now, and I've got the tub over there. Oh, that's good. Why's the spray gun fell on the floor? Ah, very nice. Anyway, that's where we are right at this moment. Good morning, guys, and here we are back on the Jeep again. He's giving everything a second coat of paint. It's had overnight to dry and harden. Frame as basically as we left it yesterday. I'm not going to do anything more on the frame today. I'm going to give it a couple of days just to make sure this paint is nicely hardened up before we start getting into springs and what have you. Tub over there, of course, is again where we left it. So today I'm just finishing off these rims. Axles are going to get another coat of paint, and front fenders. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to give this a coat of paint, but it's not going to be a finished coat. I'm aiming to get all of the little areas that once these are bolted on are going to be difficult to get to, so I will flip these over now that the underside is all nicely coated, and I will do like in bits like in here and everything up this seam here, because this actually bolts to the bodywork of the tub. So and then just generally give them a coat of paint. Now you may notice these are not perfectly finished. I haven't really gone to town bodyworking them. There's like little dents here and there. That is genuinely on purpose, because we wanted to look like it's been to war. I mean, the whole thing is, we're not building a concourse vehicle here. We're building a vehicle that, you know, shows some signs of its life. So yeah, the decision was made to not go to the nth degree with bodywork. You do see Jeeps like that around the show scene, and they're actually, many of them are finished to a higher standard than they would have been when they came out of the factory. And I'm not really into that, neither's the guy that we're doing this for. They want something that he can just jump into, and if he wants to go to the supermarket, he can go to the supermarket, and if somebody puts a little dent in it, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, no concourse restorations or anything like that. This is just a basic, straightforward build. On the subject of which, talking about Jeeps, last year I mentioned, was it last year? It might have been the year before. Time just seems to fly by here quickly. But I mentioned we had this Suzuki chassis, and it's, I don't remember what size engine it is, either 1.3 or 1.6. It's not a big engine, but nevertheless, we've got this really nice condition Suzuki chassis. Trust me, it's in better condition than it looks on camera. But I also have that, this is a late 50s Hotchkiss tub, possibly, maybe, but would hovered around building a Jeep, putting that tub onto this frame. We've got front fenders and everything. Well, somebody contacted us yesterday and said, yeah, we kind of like the idea. What he does want to do, he doesn't want to do the green. He wants to do the British SAS style Jeep. So that's in like the desert colours, one of which we have right here. Now then, this is a wartime desert, British desert configuration Jeep. Now, you may have noticed something. The slats have been cut out of the grille. Now, this is not, somebody has not just done this to it. It's this is actually what the British military used to do, especially the SAS. From what I understand, and again, I'm not an expert on these, but from what I understand, the SAS found that in certain conditions in the desert, the Jeeps actually ran cooler with the extra slats cut out. Now, obviously, you can argue over that in the comments. I honestly don't know. Like I say, I don't know enough about these or the history of them to make a comment one way or another. But yeah, that was apparently part of the reason why they cut the slats out. But yeah, this is the style that we're going to be, or maybe, possibly, could be doing it in. So yeah, obviously the Suzuki is right-hand drive, but if you saw, I did a, did I do a standalone video, or was it part of one of the Transit? I don't remember, but I mentioned in a previous video that after chatting to a few guys on various forums, I know how to convert the Suzuki frame to left-hand drive, because that is one of the criteria. It does want to have a left-hand drive vehicle, because all of the British Jeeps, even the ones that were built in the UK, were all left-hand drive, because Ford, who built the majority of them here, it was a standard pattern that they all used. So anyway, enough about this. Let's get back and do some more painting. Good morning, guys. So the rest of the Jeep is sitting in there just drying nicely. We have got the springs now, so these are the ones we're actually going to use. So I'm going to quickly just give these a coat of paint and let them dry here before it gets too hot today. So let's get on with it. So that's the red oxide sprayed and left to dry for an hour. So next stage is to start hitting it with the top coat, the green. This is a single stage paint, no base, no clear. It is a one-shot deal, so pretty close to what the military originally used, but just a modern formula. Well, there's the first coat of green on, and they are looking pretty good. Now you may notice I haven't done the ends yet, and I have not touched this side. Reason for that is I don't want to get too much paint on this upper surface, so when I come back, what I'll do is I'll hit this end, I'll hit all the ends, and then I'll hit this side, and then finally I'll flip the springs over and hit the bottom side. While I'm on, I'll also give this seat a quick coating of paint. Again, I'll do the top side of it, get the top side looking good, and then I'll flip it over, do the bottom side. What I would have done is I would normally have hung them up on the frames, but given that I've got the springs hung up there, you know, it works. You know, it's not perfect, but it works. Well, obviously we have gotten a little bit further along than what you see in this video, and I do want to apologise. This footage has been shot over several months, and I started in April. It's now July, and when I came to actually edit a video together, I found, I don't know what's happened to it. I've lost a lot of footage from the weeks and months. So this is really just a little compilation of bits that I could still find. Anyway, that's it for now. At least it'll give you an idea of where I am with the Jeep project. Next video you'll see how we get to this rolling chassis. That is a little bit more coherent. Anyway, that's it for now. Take care. Come back and see me sometime and have a good one.